Welcome back, brew tubers. We're here in not sunny at all, Kentucky. Look at that. Look how crazy that is. Super cloudy today. It's about 36 degrees outside. Super cold. And today we're going to be making... We got 10 pounds of Pils malt, and we're going to be using that to make a rice lager. So we're going to take this 10 pounds of Pils malt. I've got some rice cooking on the stove right now. We're going to mash in. We're going to do a step mash. And in about 20 minutes, we're going to add that gelatinized rice to the mash. And that should give us some good fermentables and give us a really nice, clean, crisp lager that's going to be around for a while. So I'll get back to you when we do that. And there you go. We have just mashed in. Man, it is super dark outside today. And I gotta tell you guys, this smells amazing. But, see, there we go. We're gonna go ahead and stir this around to make sure there aren't any dough balls. We mashed in at about 120. Super low, right? But again, we're gonna be doing that step mash. So right now, we're just kind of flooding the mash. And really getting all those enzymes to where they need to be. And then we're going to bring it up to about 135. Probably leave it there for about a half hour. Then we're going to bring it up to probably about 150, maybe 152, and leave it there for a full hour. And that should get us to where we need to go. Hey guys, well, I overshot my mash temperature a little bit, so while we're waiting for it to cool down, we're going to keg our second Kolsch of the year. In the other keg is my keg connection Kolsch that's been conditioning in the keg for about 3 weeks now, about a month maybe. And here we have my second Kolsch, which is my own recipe, the 50% Pils malt, 50% Shill Kolsch malt. Kolsch. So it is going into the keg right now. And let's see what it finished out at. It finished out at 10... I want to say 10:06. Yeah, but 10:06, 10:08, somewhere right in there. Look at that. Super, super light. Man, I think that's going to be really good when it is in the keg. So that's really fantastic. What we have here, you can see much darker color, but this is the keg connection Kolsch True to Style Kolsch kit that has been in my keg for a little while. I haven't really done a tasting on it. I haven't really tasted it very much yet. That's nice. It's nice and carbonated. It doesn't really look like it, but it is nice and carbonated, and I gotta tell you, that is fantastic. I think that pretty much hits the style guidelines. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I'll do a review of it later. I'll probably do a side-by-side tasting of both of these and see how they measure up. All right, but I'll go ahead and get back to you when we mash in, or when we get to the next part of our step mash. Well, guys, the mash is finally done. You know me. I like to take a long time with my mashes, and this one took hours and hours and hours. But that's totally okay. I'm going to go ahead and kind of let you know what I did with this particular one. Now, this is a big rice pilsner. So I went ahead and started out at about 115 degrees. I don't know the exact amount of time that I let these rests happen, but they were at least 20 minutes in between each one, maybe 30, maybe a little bit more than that, because I usually go off and do something else and come back when that's done, and then I'll move on to the next step. So I started out at about 115, brought that up to about 130, 132. From there, brought that up to 140, and from there, I did our final mash temp, which was 152 for 1 hour. Now, the 152 for 1 hour, that's kind of the big one, but all the other ones, you know, they were at least 20 minutes, if not 30 or 40. But we're going to go ahead and get this up to the boil, and then I think I'm going to go ahead and chill out, have a beer, and just kind of hang out here on this very nice but very cold evening here in Kentucky in November. Cheers. Well, guys, you can hear my my jet engine of a propane burner going there. So we've collected all of our wort right up to the tippy top. Again, we had 10 pounds Pils malt, 4 cups of cooked and gelatinized rice. So I think this is going to be a nice little rice pilsner. I'm not really going to document the rest of the brew day past this point, because, you know, you guys have already seen this 1,000 times. You guys know how it's done. I do want to go through and kind of one day do kind of a general overview of my system and how I do it and how it works. Is it the best system in the world? Not necessarily, but you know, it's not bad. And it'll get you where you need to go. So we're coming up on our hot break now. And we're just kind of chilling. I've got my not Kolsch here. This is actually just a Keystone Light, just a general macro beer. It's pretty good though. Let me see if I can turn this around. Nope, I can't. Well, basically, what we're going to do is we're going to add some 2.8 alpha acid German Hallertau to this at the 60-minute mark. We are going to ferment this with recultivated Wyeast Kolsch yeast. And that's it. I mean, so technically, you know, it's not a true Pilsner because we're using Kolsch yeast, which is an ale, but, you know, it tends to do well at those lower temperatures. I mean, what I've been doing here, since it's been about 50 degrees all the time, is I've just been fermenting in my garage, where during the day it's about 50 degrees to 60 degrees. And I've just been using that Kolsch yeast, and, you know, judging from the way that first Kolsch turned out, it's been pretty fantastic. So YouTubers, brew tubers, I'm just going to let this come up to a boil, and I'm just going to chill out here for a little while. Having my nice macro beer, enjoying being back back in America, having a nice job in America, you know, for a change. I've been in Southeast Asia for the past 2 years, so it is very nice to actually be kind of cold, you know, once in a while. 'Cause it's very cold here. It's about 30 degrees outside. And it's very dark. Very, very dark. But a very nice night to finish up this brew. And since the OG on this was so high, I have in this little bucket a baby beer, baby Pils. So we're going to make the big, almost kind of quasi-imperial Pilsner out of this guy. And out of this guy, we're going to make a little baby Pils. You know, little tiny, maybe 1040 OG baby Pils, which I think is going to be really nice to lager for the winter, and maybe drink that once the summer rolls around. But I will get back to you guys later. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday to you guys. So, here we have it. This is the finished product of that rice lager that we made last time. So this guy, we ended up mashing kind of a little bit high. That's kind of a thing that I do a lot. I mash a little bit high, not always on purpose. Usually not on purpose. But this guy ended up coming out at about 5% alcohol. I have the the sheets and whatnot inside, but I didn't bring them out here. You can see it's got that nice little carbonation there, crystal clear, and I've got to tell you guys, this is one of the most fantastic beers I've ever made. Once again, that was just 80% Pils malt, 20% rice. We did a cereal mash, and 1 ounce of 2.8% Hallertau at 60, with Wyeast 2656 Kolsch yeast. And that's it. And it is absolutely fantastic. So I gotta tell you, if you ever want to make something like this, definitely go ahead and give it a shot. It is amazing. So today, we're going to be brewing something very similar